I'm no tech genius, but I knew if I wanted my business to crush it, I needed a website now. Thankfully, Bluehost made it easy. I customized, optimized, and monetized everything exactly how I wanted with AI. In minutes, my site was up. I couldn't believe it. The search engine tools even helped me get more site visitors. Whatever your passion project is, you can set it up with Bluehost. With their 30-day money-back guarantee, what do you got to lose? Head to Bluehost.com. That's BLUEHOST.com to start now.
Sports betting can be fun, just like football. But imagine that sports betting is a 300-pound lineman coming straight at you. For tips that will help keep you on your feet, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board.
It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast with Kyle.
The hierarchy of phone numbers differentiating.
We may have to come back to this.
Bullet is number one.
Bullet's like presidential.
The period is number two.
That's nice.
I would put the dash at number three.
And just a space at number four?
I think if you're spacing it with nothing in there, I think you're an idiot.
And Steve.
I mean, I get it. You only had 2 years and a couple of months to buy the tickets. Why rush into it?
Well, you know what? I don't want to talk out of turn here, Jonathan, but I happen to know a guy. I think he could probably get you first row, second, third.
Who do you know?
Fourth.
Who's your guy? I might need to get in touch with him too.
Now, here they are, two guys who are living in style, Steve and Kyle.
Melissa Vaughn, the incomparable Melissa Vaughn.
You know, some days that piano just hits a little harder for me.
That's the idiot machine, right? I believe is what you renamed it a couple years ago, the idiot machine.
Yeah, boy, if you want a throwback, my battle against the fake pianists of the world, acting like they're all
big piano
fancy. Listen, and here's the crux of the argument, and we're not going to rehash it all.
Oh boy, aren't we?
If you can,
we'll just shut that off then. We were supposed to, by the way, a little peek behind the curtain.
Touch late.
It's just us here. It's just us.
Just you and I.
We were supposed to start recording 45 minutes ago?
Easily. The crux of the argument against the piano is if it's something that you can do while singing and like standing up and dancing around. Yeah, I'm thinking of like an Elton John, right?
So you're saying that... Are you making the...
No. Listen.
The hot take that
don't you dare
Elton
do this.
John is not a talented musician?
No. Listen, and I will say this. Elton John is one of the last few on my bucket list of musicians I want to see.
Yeah, so no big deal.
Right next to the Boss. Those are the last...
I've seen him numerous times.
Those are the last two, I believe, for me. And Elton John will be crossed off the list here this summer for me.
Yeah?
Finally, yes.
What if he
Monday
dies?
night in downtown Detroit.
Oh boy,
really?
That's the highly sought after Monday night show, 2.5 hours from home.
Tough ticket to get. Tough ticket to get.
Yeah.
So I would never smite Elton John. All I'm saying is that Elton John singing is just as fine as Elton John singing while on the piano. He could have that, is it referred to as probably the first viral sensation was Keyboard Cat?
Yeah, one of them probably.
He could
Keyboard
have that
Cat, Grape Lady.
He could have that stupid cat pounding away on those stupid keys on the idiot machine, and his music would have still sold hundreds of millions of records.
Hundreds of millions.
But instead,
is it
smart businessman?
Are you?
What's up?
Is this a gripe?
This would be the gripe of. Can you quick get in there? Gripe of the
You're about to get an earful. So upset. He's angry.
Hey, you!
I don't like when...
Kyle's gripe of the week.
Gripe.
So thank you, Steve.
Yeah, no problem.
The crux of the argument here is that a good pianist adds nothing more to the music than an average or bad pianist.
Bold statement.
Nobody's there. Now listen, this goes back to there's companies that now sell hop water, Steve. And now this might seem like a long road to travel to get to this analogy, but please stick with me.
Yeah, I'm on board.
When you're having a beer, are you drinking the beer to taste hops? No. You don't want the hop water.
No.
If I'm listening to Elton John, am I listening for the piano? No. I'm listening for the songs, for the music.
The all-encompassing.
The theatrics. The piano is simply there. This goes with every supporting cast of a band. And in this case, it's not even supporting. Because even Elton John was smart enough to know I could be an average pianist, not pay some idiot for 40 years who's going to ride my coattails to telling Spotify not to play their music anymore, like Nils Lofgren did. He's smart enough to understand this. You've got such money-hungry attention whores in the backside of bands nowadays.
Tell them, man.
You've got Tommy Lee riding a roller coaster. How hard can drums be if you can ride a frickin' roller coaster while you're doing it?
Yeah, man.
Not hard at all.
I've been saying it all along.
We've had that confirmed. Tony Rodabaugh, a drummer himself, quote, "I'm a real idiot. I don't know why anybody would do this," end quote. Directly from Tony Rodabaugh about drummers.
Yeah.
A bunch of idiots. So back to my point about pianos.
Really did take the long way around there, didn't you?
The problem with the piano, Steve, is it's not adding anything. Would you notice a bad pianist compared to a really good pianist in concert? I'm not talking bad like, Evelyn going to smash on the keys. But I'm talking about an average taught pianist who could probably learn Elton John's music because it's been out in the world for decades, compared to a superb pianist doing it. Has anybody ever stood on their feet for a piano solo, Steve? You ever seen a concert where, the crowd, the main act walks off stage and the piano guy goes ding, 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 and the crowd just rises to their feet in triumph? No, because nobody cares about the pianist,
Steve. Give me any
Steve.
time to answer there, but was that a rhetorical question?
The piano solo, the guitar solo, the drum solo, bathroom breaks. Enough, band backers. Leave it to the talented musicians.
Right.
Nobody cares. I'm not there for you. And even Elton John realizes that, and he's cutting out the stupid middleman. Elton John knows what he's doing. I'll be an average pianist. I'm not saying Elton John is. He's probably above. But who can tell the difference? And not have to pay one more idiot my cut of my talent. Thank you.
It is Sunday, February 6th, 2022, the year of our Lord. The Stephen Cobb Podcast didn't expect to have such a fiery start to this episode. That was a good 5-minute rant right there about pianos and pianists. Yeah, you feel better?
I do. I feel good.
Okay,
I'm
good.
putting that on the poll right now. Are pianists dumb? Just blanket. We're putting that out there.
When you first got here, about 2.5 hours ago?
Yeah,
didn't you? You reminded me of something we forgot to put on the poll last week.
Oh yeah, we did not spend nearly enough time, and we're already over on time.
Yeah,
we're already behind schedule.
Yeah, apologies to Robert.
We're gonna lose him today. Yeah. We did not spend nearly enough time while I was pulling the intro together discussing and breaking down the correct hierarchy. While we agreed on how to hyphenate your phone number.
Yeah. I think that we determined in our world, the bullet was top tier.
The bullet is grade A.
Was it the period or the hyphen next? I think
I went period.
Yeah, period was next. Your standard hyphen was third tier.
Yes.
Space, fourth tier.
Yeah.
And then we didn't even mention, but fifth tier is just numbers.
One big ball of numbers
all in a row.
Listen, if you're sending your phone number that way, professionally or otherwise, seek help.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we know a guy, Dr. Jonathan Baker, who can take a real good look at your head.
Dr. Jonathan Baker, yeah.
And figure out what's wrong with you and what went wrong at a young age to make you go no spaces. Even just a space in between feels... The people who send you a phone number with just a space in between are the people who refuse to capitalize the start of sentences and words.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
How about an underscore?
No. To me, that feels like it's the computer struggling to properly do a comma, which I think can happen. Like if you copy from some type of text to another, you just get like an underscore or like that empty square box.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm judging you the entire time if I see that.
I'm looking at my keyboard now. I'm looking for other options.
I mean,
you want to go crazy? You go plus sign.
Okay, listen. We're not in algebra. Okay, we're not adding two different very large numbers.
How about the greater than and less than?
You want to do the caret? Mm-hmm. So again, we're talking math equations to where we are just acknowledging these three numbers are not as large as these four numbers. You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
And bonus points if you actually put them in the correct direction.
I have two options for you to think about right now.
What do you got?
One I feel like is garbage and should be treated as such.
Okay.
The backslash.
What's a backslash? That's a... Oh, yeah. No.
You don't do that, right?
Nobody's doing backslash.
No, don't do that. No. Now, hear me out here.
All right.
And I think this could possibly change the game in terms of the way you and I and the world going forward.
Are we launching something
I think we're kicking this off.
Okay.
The asterisk.
Oh, I like it.
Right?
I really like it.
Let me type one out here a second. Let me just see how it feels. Nope.
No.
It's not centered enough. So for some reason I like the period that goes at the bottom because the asterisk on a keyboard when you type it goes to the top of the letters.
Oh, okay.
So it almost looks like it's to the second
like
power.
2, 1, 2
asterisk
5, 6, 4.
Actually, you know what? I'm
I
kind of coming around on that.
Maybe something. Maybe we do space asterisk space. What do you think about that?
I feel like it's too long.
Yeah, a little bit.
I feel like right now that reminds me of like sending a code on the TV show Lost, like written on a submarine wall or something.
Yeah. All right, hear me out. We've already determined bullet is top tier. What about hollow bullet? Have you seen that? Where it's basically just an empty circle, like a not filled in circle.
My question is, how do you easily access that on a keyboard?
I think it's one of those keyboard shortcuts where you have to use like 7 of your 10 fingers in order to do it.
Isn't that the degrees for a temperature?
Well, degree would be up at the top. This is it's a degree sign, but it's in the center. Boy,
have we considered
lot to talk about?
Like the semicolon?
No, absolutely not.
I'm willing to agree with that.
No.
I think if you're talking 2 points in the middle there, like you got the period, which is 1 dot. You got the bullet, which is 1 dot. Yeah. But if you include 2,
what about comma?
2 is look at me.
Can we do comma?
I feel like that's something like a 80-year-old would do.
Okay. All right.
Is this okay? I'm gonna put. I got a bunch of stuff on the polls. You'll have to look at those again at Stephen Cow. We haven't updated them in a few weeks. We'll get to those someday.
Once we get through all this other important stuff.
I think we're in unanimous consent here, though. The top 1% of the world is going to use the bullet.
Well, I mean, you're saying that because I think popularity-wise, people are still going hyphen.
It's the hyphen, and maybe we can make that our goal for our lives to get people away from the hyphen.
Is that our platform? Like if we're running for office, we're running on the on the non-hyphen platform.
Yeah. Well, worst case scenario is we go really viral online, and we just need someone to look really stupid because that's all it took for the rent is too damn high guy.
Yeah.
He had a really large mustache, and he just kept shouting the rent is too damn high. Yeah. I don't think he won. I didn't check the results.
No, he was the president for a couple of years.
Fairly certain he didn't quite make the final cut.
No.
This could be our turn. Mm-hmm. You know, we have merch, team no hyphen. Mm-hmm. You know, with just like the Ghostbusters logo, just a big red circle with the line.
We really need a graphic designer. Yeah, we need a graphic designer who sits here and sketches everything out live. We need Philip basically sitting right there with an easel, just looking at us and doing the.
Philip, we're going to need you here like a court sketch artist. Once a week.
Every Saturday, maybe Sunday.
Yeah. We'll let you sit out the 45 minutes where we have technical issues. But then once we start, we're going to need you drawn away.
We could set up a camera. I mean, I know he's like 700 miles away,
right,
in, I believe,
right.
Maine. But
doesn't matter. He'll make time.
We could set up a raw feed so he could just watch the episode live, and then at the end of the episode, he shows us all of his work.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, and sorry to put you on the spot right here. Buddy we talked to last year sometime, friend of the podcast, Greg Meskel.
Yes. Yeah, my old college friend, Meskel.
It is Olympic time.
Mm-hmm.
Have you spoken to him? Do you know, is he over there?
I do not believe he is in Beijing.
It's kind of crazy. I have not.
Where were the Olympics like 6 months ago?
Tokyo. Yes.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
But that was. I don't know where I pulled that from. Oh, that would have been nice to have another boots on the ground situation.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're still waiting on those Olympic condoms he promised us.
The bang bed, the bang box.
The bang box.
That was so it was like
the cardboard box, that they supposedly slept on.
I love talking to him about that, and we'll get Greg on at some point anyway, because I believe the second season of he's a play-by-play guy for the fan-controlled football league.
Yes.
We'll talk to him in the next few months before that kicks off again. I don't know why I said he would. I have no idea if he will.
He will.
He might have left here and said, "Why would I ever talk to those idiots again?"
No, he definitely will.
But that just got me thinking. This is, and I'm not an Olympics guy. I think we've talked about that in years past. I don't think I've turned it on 1 second of our lives the opening weekend.
Well, at this point, because it only started on Friday.
Yeah, so, opening ceremonies were on Friday.
I mean, we're not even 2 full days into it at this point, so that's not too surprising. But yeah, for me, I'm just, if I turn it on at all, if I see anything, it's going to be highlights of whatever the whatever the moment of the day was, or somebody winning gold, or a big crash on the bobsled track, or something like that. It's hard to get into. I remember when I was a kid, I was into it a lot. Used to like watching hockey. I always enjoyed watching bobsled.
Sure.
And the
Jamaica's back in it, by the way.
Jamaica's back in.
Yeah. First time since 1998.
What's the one? Is it skeleton? Where it's basically luge,
oh my God, just
luge,
like
but they're going head first?
Yeah, I always feel like it's just them on one of those cheap mechanic roller boards that you use to get under a car, yet they're going 80 miles an hour on an ice tube.
Yeah. See, here's my plan. Here's my my hot take on the Olympics. That the luge track or the bobsled track, make it a 360-degree cylinder, and if you can manage to go all the way around, you automatic gold.
I got a better idea.
Yeah.
Instead of individually timing them all,
NASCAR
style.
So they all go at once?
One big ice, half pipe.
But
and they all go around in circles, though. You taking your circle idea, I want them to race around this circle.
See, I think that maybe you just take your bobsled track, you make it wide enough for 10 bobsleds. Mm-hmm. But at certain points, you narrow it down so only 2 or 3 can fit through at a time. So that way, you have to, you got to use your brakes, you have to figure out the strategy of getting in front of people, passing people. I think that this is all on the table.
I think the Olympics would benefit from that NASCAR style competition.
Yeah.
To where,
put that on the poll. Would the Olympics benefit from NASCAR bobsled?
Because, and I already put on the poll, what should the bobsled track be wide enough for 10 bobsleds?
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to watch teams of 4, whatever, go really fast on the track individually. Uh-huh. Hey, they're going really fast. Cool.
Yeah.
How much cooler would that be if you've got sparks because they're rubbing each other on the track?
Racing.
Yeah, Robin's racing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, this
I think we just fixed the Olympics.
We did. I mean, I don't know if they're struggling for viewership or not. But
how did we want to refer to that? Would bobsledding benefit from a little NASCAR?
Or no, would the Olympics benefit from NASCAR bobsled?
That's right. That got me. I mean, we're not Olympics guys. I think a lot of it does have to do with anything we would want to watch is all tape delay because it's in China.
Sure.
So everything happened at 7 a.m,
right.
whereas we're watching on delay. And today's day and age, you could just go online and say, "Oh, hey, they lost," or "So and so won."
It definitely takes a lot of the majesty out of it, the magic out of it, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and that always makes me think about how the 1980 Lake Placid games with the Miracle on Ice. Nobody knew about it.
Nobody knew it until
That's
the
incredible.
next day or something, or later that day. Because wasn't the game? The game was in the morning. I thought
it may have been, but they waited to televise it. You know.
Yep. Yeah, it was tape delayed, which is crazy.
You know what we have coming up though, Steve?
What do we got?
Got the Olympics in the United States coming.
Yeah.
up.
When? Next year?
Well, they do them every 2, so next year would be a real quick turnaround.
Well, I mean, they just did them 6 months ago.
That's a good point. Point.
And according to the news, this pandemic is nowhere near over, so anything could happen.
Future Olympic sites here. I know they're coming. I just don't know. Okay, so 2024.
All right.
Probably not our time. They're going to be in Paris.
I don't know. I think you think we could do our first international. Do you think we could get press credentials? Ooh. Like if we really tried, I would think that
we would have to use any name we could in terms of you would have to anything we submitted would have to have the radio show's name or your syndication company on the top in big bold letters, and then I would be kind of size 6 font on the bottom.
And Kyle.
Just thinking for it. But here's the thing. I don't want to talk to Shaun White and everybody. There's been 1 million interviews with Shaun White and the that's the only name I know. The stars of the Olympics.
The Nancy Kerrigan.
Yeah, I mean, no one else to talk to Greg Louganis. Everybody's already spoken to him. I want to talk
famous
to
bobsledder.
Yeah,
Greg Louganis.
You and I, we need to show up to 2024 in Paris with all of our winter gear and nothing but questions about skiing.
Okay. All right. So I can prep for that. No problem. What do you think it would cost us?
Well into the high thousands to do
10 grand. Do you think 10 grand would cover it?
You think 10 grand total for the two of us?
For the two of us to go for, I don't know, 6 days.
Okay. Let's call it a week.
I think that if we booked now.
For 2024?
For 2024. We can probably book a hotel room for
Can we call France Airlines or Airline Francois, if that's what they go by? And ask them about...
Airline Francois.
And ask them about their rates for... I prefer direct from here.
From our local regional airport here.
For August 2024.
Yeah.
And then also ask about the carry-on cost for skis.
So not only are we asking nothing but questions about skis, but we're bringing skis with us.
Yeah, I feel like we need to go over there with the intent to do jackass-style stunts. Hey, they're going to let us go down the ski hill that they go on. That's just a video of you and I falling down a grass hill wearing skis.
Because it's August.
And then we make $20 million at the box office. And then I run behind you and, put a stick up your butt. And that's Steve and Kyle's Jackass movie. And then for whatever reason, I'm going to throw feces at your face.
Okay.
I think we've got...
Yeah, I think we got a
$1 million movie.
We got a plan. I like it.
But I don't want to talk to those people. To go back to that point. I want to talk to, Jimmy, the guy who shoots the fake bullets, who is the one athlete from Bangladesh. Right? So you watch those opening ceremonies where...
So Jimmy the bullet shooter? Is that the...
No. The fake bullet shooter. Because they're not shooting real bullets, right?
Right, yeah.
What do they shoot with those? Is it just blanks?
What sport is that?
Isn't that where they ski? Well, I'm back to skiing again. Don't they do one where they jog and then they pull the gun from over their shoulder?
I believe that's the biathlon.
The biathlon!
Where they ski and then they stop to shoot targets.
So that's not a summer game? Do they shoot in the Summer Olympics? There's got to be some type of shooting, right? Shooting sports. Every Summer Olympic game since the birth. Yeah, I'm not dumb. Pretty dumb. I had them skiing and shooting in August in France.
Well, they definitely ski and shoot.
Yeah, the biathlon. Look at that. Oh, nope. Never mind. That's the Winter Olympics.
Oh, maybe the summer version of it is they rollerblade and then shoot.
Yeah. So, yeah, the fruit boot and shoot.
going to take me a while to recover.
It's the same streets they go down for the Tour de France. Yet it's just a bunch of guys in tank tops and rollerblades and fake guns strapped over their shoulders.
And again, that's the fruit, boot, and shoot. Okay.
Whew. But anyway, I want to talk to Jimmy, the Bangladeshi shooter, bullet shooter, who is, again, the only representative from Bangladesh. So when you watch his opening ceremonies, you have, the countries and all the athletes come out at once. So you got the United States with a couple hundred people, and then China, a couple hundred people. Mm-hmm. And then they start getting a little smaller. You've got like Canada, there's 15
that's
there.
Where White Tonga Man went viral years ago.
Yes, because was he the only one?
He was, I don't know if he was the only one or he was one of the only ones.
Okay.
From Tonga. Very, obviously a very small contingency from there because it's such a small island nation.
But that's who I want to talk to. I want to get all the dirt from Jimmy the Bangladeshi bullet shooter, 2024 in France. And get all the details from him because he doesn't care, right? He's coming in 14th in the first heat of bullet shooting.
Yep.
And
basically the only reason he's there is to just hang out in the Olympic Village and just plow.
Yes.
Just plow constantly for 2 weeks.
Jimmy the Bangladeshi bullet shooter's got his eyes on, Veronica the New Zealand pole vaulter, who's also in 9th place in Heat 3. Like, no intention of winning.
No.
Just a free trip to France
there
for the winter/summer games.
Why don't they do the fall games? Combine some of them.
Yes. The winter and fall games where, like, the spring games would be just, mud tracking. That's all there is. But anyway, this is coming up. 2028.
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
Oh, L.A. So
we're skipping Milan Cortina, which I believe is in Spain.
Milan?
Yes.
Isn't that Italy?
No, the coast of Spain, then.
I don't think... I feel like Spain is... No, Spain's not landlocked, is it? No, it's got Portugal to the side.
No, they share a border. Yeah. Milan and Spain. They... border country.
Sure, yeah.
2028. I don't know how far in advance we need to do these.
Well, look, I mean, by that point, this podcast is going to be massive. We'll probably be based in L.A.
No question.
To begin with, so we can get all the guests.
Bright lights.
Yeah. Living in Holly Weird.
Yes, that's right. You and I talking celeb dirt 3 days a week.
Oh, we're doing that. We're bumping this up to 3 days.
Yeah, we're doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay. Actually, no, we're not working Fridays.
We're doing
Monday, Wednesday,
Thursday.
How about
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? So we got 4-day weekends every week.
The Stern schedule?
Yeah. He's onto something with that.
Yeah, so we've got the Holly Weird dirt sheet that we get to, at the 30-minute mark every episode.
Yep.
And I don't know how this would work. Maybe, this is something we can ask. I'm sure Greg doesn't do it directly because he works for NBC Sports and a couple, I believe, right? So I doubt he handles the credentialing himself.
Yeah.
But he might have some insight on how you and I can maybe start the old hamster wheel.
Maybe he can send us some of his old credentials. We'll just forge some new ones.
No way that's going to fail.
No chance. I can't imagine they change him. It just says Olympics with your face on it.
Yeah, and that's got a cricket.
Yeah.
We can get like an early, 34 pixel image off the internet of what we think the logo might look like. Have her throw it on there, print a couple of Gildans, and
and we're in.
And you and I are in business.
Basically, and just put a VIP on there somewhere. Or all access.
Yeah, VIP, but in like fake rock, like the letters on your rock station badges.
Yeah, I think we're
Sir, excuse me, Mr. Olympic, sir. This means backstage. Now, where's Veronica the pole vaulter? I got questions.
Oh, well, this episode got off to a fun start.
I wanted to somber the tone a little bit. And I'm sorry because it's nothing that we have.
It's all right.
You know what? Before we even get to what I want to get to, there was something that I don't know what it means. And we didn't get to it last week because we had oodles of important stuff we had to get to last week.
You're talking, you're pointing
and
up there.
I know we've got a lot of bits we have to get to yet today. We've got to get to Steve's 1-minute Marvel movie reviews. We'll get to that as usual as we close out the episode. I need to know what listener we need to talk about. Now, is this a listener I will, and I hope it's not anything bad. Is this a listener that we've interacted with? Is it someone I would know?
We've interacted with this listener many times, actually. A big congratulations going out to Brian Krause.
Oh, Show Jew correspondent.
Show Jewish correspondent Brian Krause. We've spoken to him many times about Rosh Hashanah.
Yep, Rumspringa. And Passover.
Passover.
Which that's coming up, I believe. When isn't is Passover around April, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
We'll have to get him back on and pick his brain about all things Rumspringa.
Still waiting for the invite to Passover dinner?
Yeah.
Brunch?
Yeah. The Feast of the Jewish Food is I believe they refer to it as.
Yeah. Brian Krause called into the side gig a couple of weeks ago.
Hey, I love where this is going because for a while this was a thing, and
we got to make it a thing again.
We would get where anybody who listened to this podcast would say, either open with, "Hey, love the show," which, by the way, and I'm not telling you not to do this, but you don't need to do that when you call into a radio show. I know it's a bit nerve wracking because you're not used to it.
Yeah,
they get it. It's just a time killer.
Yeah.
Get right to
get right to it.
Yep. And also, don't ask them how they're doing. They talk for 4 hours a day. Everybody knows how they're doing. We used to have people call in, and they would say either love the show, love the Steve and Kyle podcast, or just skip that first part and go right to love the Steve and Kyle podcast or big fan.
Yeah.
And that would just draw the ire of some of your monkey cohorts who couldn't handle that.
Yeah, the monkeys did not like being an afterthought.
Yes.
So Brian called in. And he was the lucky contestant on the trivia game.
Oh, very nice. You guys are still doing that, huh?
Still doing it.
How about that?
Brian won.
Wow,
yeah.
Nice.
Won a couple, I think $300.
Oh, okay. So you cut the price down by about 80%.
Oh, we give away $100 a day.
A day?
A day.
A day?
A day.
We're bleeding cash over here. And you guys are giving away $100 a day.
Yeah.
And you work about 280 days a year.
Seems a bit aggressive. I don't know. I think it's closer to 200 or so.
Nice part-time schedule over there. Either way, I'm doing the math. We could have had a new studio.
Yeah, a little
bought and paid
earlier.
for.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Bigger than this 10 by 10 box.
Maybe we could have afforded a new piece of glass for our Paul Senior and Junior picture.
No. That's like that's like editing a Picasso. You don't do that.
So Brian won. Okay,
Brian won.
Let's get right to it then. Did he unleash his love of the Steve and Kyle podcast on the monkeys?
Brian emailed me later to apologize, to say that he didn't find it appropriate and that he was too nervous to do it.
I'm sorry, did the radio show... Now, granted, I haven't listened in a while. I don't listen. I'm not a fan of the production.
Right, production's just terrible.
Did it turn into a board meeting where he didn't want to speak out of turn in the last few years?
I don't know, but that conversation turned into a board meeting of a different kind. B-O-R-E-D, right? You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. Listen, Brian, as of now, you are no longer allowed to listen to this podcast until you rectify this situation on a national radio scale. And you're in luck because I know a guy. He said, drop Steve's name. When you call in, they'll put you right on the line, on the air.
Right on through.
That's how it works. You guys take callers most of the show now?
Every segment. We don't plan a thing.
What are you guys at? 25 segments a day? Get those ads in?
30.
30 segments
30
a day.
segments.
Boy, a lot of content in the
Yeah,
hour.
we got at least an hour and 20 minutes of commercials.
So you guys are
every day.
Sneaking up on the hits and bits.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Next up is Guns N' Roses, and then some Winger.
By the way, a verbal trademark on the Holly Weird dirt sheet. I don't want those yahoos stealing that, because when you and I are in LA in a few years, one for the Olympics and 2 for our burgeoning podcast career, which typically takes off in year 8 to 9.
Got to get our feet wet.
I don't want to have to send a C and D, which is what we call it in the biz, a cease and desist, to the fat cats on Ottawa, to stop stealing our bits.
Right. So, congrats to Brian for winning the cash. Don't be surprised if I withhold your check for about 6 months.
Oh, yeah, you're not getting that.
Due to your insolence.
Actually, Brian, if you could just message us on Twitter with what percentage you want taken out to donate to us, we would, as... not grievance. I'm trying to figure out how to refer to this type of why he would owe us money. What type of scam can we pull where he would owe us money for that? Not back pay. Not grievance. Well, anyway, you owe us money,
slip
Brian.
And fall.
Yeah. This is S&D, S&F insurance. S&D. Just let us know how much percentage or what percentage of that check you want taken out to donate directly to the podcast.
Get it right next time. All right.
Yeah, honestly, and let's bring that back, because we're bringing back the hashtag Kyle Invades tour. We talked about that last week. How we solved the first time we've ever solved a mystery we've started.
Yeah, it was an all-inclusive history of the mystery last week.
Very rare
on this podcast,
and by very rare I mean never
has happened before.
So that's still we left this podcast just roaring. We were super happy we found it. We did nothing the last week. We have not done
0 follow-up.
I believe we have a message, did we not, from Dr. Jonathan, that he was going to be nearby? Or did he tell us that on the podcast?
Don't know.
Oh, okay. He did
that's
message
right.
us.
Yeah. He said that because he's like an hour south of us, but he said he was going to be up in the area.
He's going to be up here.
When?
This Friday.
All right.
In GR. He's planning, wife and I are hitting up some breweries, etc. Planning to be up there around 11 a.m. So maybe we could figure out a way for him to drop that off somewhere.
Sure.
Where you don't have to look at him.
Sounds good right now. I will
talk to him.
I have already forgotten though.
Okay. I'll give him your personal number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Text Steve.
Just give him the address. Have him drop it off.
But if he's in GR, hypothetically, you might be at the building where he could leave it at the front and you could get it that day.
Yeah.
And then we could figure out a way to get this to... did you announce any more live shows this past week, or are you waiting on those? Okay.
No, not yet.
So there is still can you say a date without saying a market, or do you not want to do that?
I could. I just need to pull it up. I want to make sure that I have the
So what we're going to do is
date.
we'll give you a date. And if you listen to the radio show...
Why are we making him give it back to us? Shouldn't we make him mail it to the next person?
I mean, he held it for 2.5 years.
Right. So naturally, he would want to complete his task.
You know what, Jonathan? You know what? This is on you, you thief. I'm starting to think you stole that fathead. I don't even know if you deserved it 2.5 years ago. You didn't even go to the radio. You didn't even go to the live shows.
Yeah.
Probably a good thing would have been taken, as Timmy found out. Just get taken at that venue.
Okay,
but
so
you picked a real barrel of monkeys venue to do your shows at. They really enjoy hijinks and have a lot of fun, huh?
All right, so we have.
And next year you guys can do
so
like
we have
a
the Grand
Union
Rapids
Hall
night show
during a meeting or something
on April 9th.
Which is a no-go, by the way.
Week before that.
Which would be either a Friday or Saturday.
It is a Friday, April 1st.
Hey, you're not fooling me, are you?
Hell.
Because it's April Fool's Day, so it'll be Friday, April 1st. So if you're in a market.
Friday, April 1st. If you listen to this radio show or if you listen to the side gig on an affiliate where we have been before.
Okay, so a return visit.
There's a hint.
Friday, April 1st. Return visit happening for and again, is this you going to be there for part of the day? Or are you going to be there until the next day?
As far as I know, morning show only.
So if you're in to get up early.
To be honest, I'm not sure.
And here's what I'm saying. If you meet those criteria, go ahead and send in the vacation day to your boss now. And tell him you got 2 things to do. You got to go to a P.O. box and pick up an oversized fathead that someone sent to you. And 2, you got to go listen to a bunch of monkey talk about dicks and farts for 4 hours.
Brilliant description.
Which, again, haven't listened. Not a fan of the production. I believe, is the avenue you guys have carved.
Yeah. Hour 1.
Dicks. Hour 2.
Farts.
Hour 3. You guys recapping the dicks and farts?
We ask for people to call in with their own dick/fart stories.
Or just call in with your own dicks and farts.
Yeah. And then hour 4 is recap of dicks and farts.
And then some news updates about dicks and farts. You're on the Dicks and Farts Reddit, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Which is a big one. A couple million people there posting dicks and fart stories.
That's Dick Fart is the subreddit.
Yeah, go ahead there. You'll, not much different than the rest of Reddit content. Go ahead and subscribe to that. Again, Friday, April 1st. It's going to be the next date for a side gig live show in the morning. So, once this... I'm not putting you on the spot, so feel free to just ignore and not answer. Do you know when that may be announced?
I do not.
Okay.
It is...
The only reason I think maybe we try to get this back from Jonathan is because I feel bad putting pressure. If this thing gets announced with 4 weeks...
I don't feel bad.
Okay.
I don't feel bad. Not at all. Now, Jonathan was a behavior analyst, right? That was his...
He's got doctor, but was it psychologist?
Yeah, I think so, because we actually, just now, as we're recording, got an Instagram message at Stephen Kyle from Sarah Coffey, who listens on a regular basis. I believe took part in the gift exchange for the first time this year.
Welcome aboard, Sarah. It's always a pleasure.
She said, I'm listening to last week's episode, and I'm weirdly excited to hear of another behavior analyst as a listener to your show. Perhaps I'll start a fan club called BASK.
Hey.
Behavior Analysts for Stephen Kyle. I like it.
Love it.
Maybe we could get them on and kind of see if they agree on stuff.
Yeah.
Like we'll have Jonathan on to diagnose us. Then we'll have Sarah on to diagnose us. See if they agree, disagree. Maybe we could get them to fight.
All this tells me is that the first time Dr. Jonathan pulls any bullshit, we've got a backup.
So Jonathan, as soon as you tell us something we don't want to hear,
we're here to have smoke blown. Don't tell me I'm irreparably damaged in the head. Okay?
Nothing.
You tell me I'm of sound mind and body.
Yep.
And that people are lucky to hear me and talk to me on a weekly basis. And anything to the contrary.
Yeah.
Well, we now got coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We've got our friend Sarah.
Yeah.
Who, by all appearances, looks to be far superior to you anyway.
Oh, yeah. Lovely.
In terms of what she knows and what she can do.
Mm-hmm.
Just, short leash there, Jonathan. Short leash. So we need to figure out a way to... We're now going to force Jonathan to get that fat head out?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no. I don't know. I don't want to meet him in person.
No, I know. Never. Can you have him come to Grand Rapids and then mail it so it gets here sooner?
Can you just come to the station, drop it off, don't ask to speak to anybody, leave? That way it is as simple as me walking up to a desk, picking up a package, and leaving.
Is that
too much to ask?
Interpersonal love, respect, and family we've created at this podcast over the last 5+ years.
Yeah.
That we expect to continue on over the next 3 years until we move to Los Angeles, where we don't have to act like that anymore. And then we can talk to people like we need to.
Yeah. Now, if Sarah's in town, love to meet
her. Have her in. We got a beautiful chair.
Mm-hmm. Got a nice chair over there. Has not been sat in by anyone yet.
It's been sat in by my coat.
Yeah.
3 different weeks.
Which is something we have to talk about because this is just inappropriate.
Yeah, we need a coat hook.
Yeah.
We need a coat hook.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate to leave Dr. Jonathan, like a week and a half to get that thing to a new destination and hope it gets there. So, I mean, is this going to be something with enough headway you think that you'll announce it, that there will be some time for him?
Maybe what he could do is just put it in the mail and send it to our P.O. box.
Okay. So, again, he's going to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And he should still mail it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, fair. You're not going to get any argument from me.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, and listen, I want you to put something on there. I have a big question to ask of you. A big,
all right.
A big sit down, just you and me discussion that I think we should probably push till next week.
Okay. What does it have to do with?
I think I need you to help me decide my future.
Whoa. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. In what way? Like, give me. You gotta narrow it down a little bit.
It's my hair.
Okay. Because we've talked about, something. I think this needs to happen right now.
You want to bump? Because listen,
we're bumping.
This might be
look. Please, let me have the floor. Mm-hmm. We've discussed this before. How bald people are losers. No offense.
Sorry.
Loser, virgins, women despise, children fear.
Other way, like they see me and they're just gone.
No one wants them.
No, despised by family.
Your family only sticks around because of the life insurance policy they took out on you unknowingly.
They're hoping I find the 5-galloner soon.
Oh, there are plans being made to make you have an accident.
Yeah. And again, not just for me specifically. You're talking about for all.
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course. I don't know why you would relate this to you. This is just I didn't even notice that you.
I didn't want to bring it up.
So, I think that if this is important enough to you where I have to.
It is.
Okay. So now, in the past, you have looked into hair restoration solutions, but found out that it was
prohibitive,
very cost prohibitive. Are you talking $5,000?
Triple it.
15 grand.
15 grand was the estimate I received by sending photographs and on the phone with one of the people at the facility.
What exactly do you get for 15? Like for 15 grand, are you told like, hey, your hair's you're gonna have a full head of hair again, and it's gonna grow, and you can.
Yeah, so what they do is and it's a newer process. It's not hair plugs or
it's a transplant.
Yes.
Right?
What they do is they take hair from where you have it, because there's however many thousands, or I don't know if it's thousands or millions of follicles.
Sure.
And they essentially scrape them or take them from where you do have plentiful hair, and they spread it out, and they charge you essentially per
follicle.
Yes.
Okay.
And then they plant them where your hair has stopped growing.
So they're transplanting.
Yes, essentially, with your own hair. And then that hair grows.
Yep.
Like it did in the back.
Okay.
Just in a new place.
Okay. 15 grand.
Yes.
I think we've talked about doing GoFundMes.
I think we'd come up a bit short.
A bit short. Maybe that's what that extra $100 was for that I randomly
found. My hair?
Like somebody had sent in a $100 donation.
By the way, again, we have track donate. If you've donated to our Cure for the Cure, which is going to happen this year, we haven't planned it yet, but it is going to happen this year. We will be doing a streaming telethon style for a charity of our choice that we have yet to choose. We need to know if you donated. We've got almost all of them tracked, except for this $100.
There's a random $100 that I found when I was putting the studio together.
It couldn't be ours. Did we sell something?
I don't know. Maybe I bet that's it. I bet it's from when we sold some of the old equipment. Maybe, I don't know. But we were going through boxes. I was going through boxes of stuff that has been packed up for a while from, like, I don't know, one of the previous 9 studios that we've been in, and I just found $100 with all the other podcast stuff. So I know it's somehow podcast related, but I have no idea what it's from.
Yeah,
but we digress.
Yeah. If you donated,
back to your ugly bald head.
For every right,
I meaning
the world's the world's ugly bald head.
Can I donate hair to you?
Boy, I bet we could. Is that something you want?
I mean, I'd be willing to lose a couple hundred follicles.
Okay. I mean, you've got plenty.
Like if
your family blessed with good hair. Now, Hobie,
full head of hair.
Full head of hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm thinking that movie Face Off. Remember where they took what was it, John Travolta's face and put it on Rob Lowe or something?
Nicolas Cage. Yes.
Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
So in my mind, they wheel us into the operating room on gurneys side by side, knock us both out, shave a little hair off my head, plant it on your head, and then 6 months from now, you have this strange dark hair on the side, kind of salt and pepper, blondish, brownish on the top.
Not blended whatsoever. So it's just literally here is now Steve's hair color in the front.
Yeah.
My hair color in the back and sides.
Yeah.
And no explanation. And yours is growing at like a 2x rate of the rest of my hair. So it looks like I have a pompadour.
Right.
I'll put that in the poll. Should Kyle implant Steve's hair follicles only in the front?
Yeah. Can I be a donor? Like, look, I'm an organ donor. It's on my driver's license.
God, do you want to cross when you walk across the street?
Look, some call me a hero. I appreciate that you agree with that sentiment.
I don't know how you stood up from all those lashings you had to take from the public, you martyr. So, all
right. So
I want to clarify.
But anyway, yeah,
we are.
Look,
I feel like we're not leaving enough time.
We're almost into this. We're almost into it.
I will give us an out one more time because I think this may take longer than around the 10 minutes we've allotted.
No.
And we still have the Steve's Marvel movie review.
We're gonna get it all in.
Seems like it's not gonna happen. It's just you and I, right? Just a couple of just a couple of buds, couple of guys cutting it up,
couple of bros sitting here.
Okay. Do you think I should just give up? I'm not growing. I haven't grown out my hair in years, right?
So by
6 to 8 years.
By just give up, you mean like going the old Bic method?
Going Bic.
I do not. No.
Katie wants me to try.
Katie wants you to try.
Katie wants me to try. Here's where I get. For the last 3 or 4 years, about once a month or whenever I kind of notice, I have clippers at home. And we will buzz my head down to.
Does that take about 3 seconds?
Boy, for what what we're actually shaving, way too long. Down to a half.
Okay.
So it's literally the last before you're just using the razor, the blade, right? But it's really short. I like the way it feels and I like the way that looks. But I get to this stage where I woke up today. We were already in the car, and I looked and I said, dang it, I forgot a hat, and I hate this. I hate this phase it's in. It's just long enough where it's normal length on the side, right? So you've got the sides, and I can, you can tell, I can feel in the back it's normal length and everything. But then on the top, it's normal length, but it's so thin that's where it stands out. Yeah. So I get super self-conscious about this. I hate it. So when I let it get this long without rectifying it with the clippers, I'll wear hats consistently until I, finally get off my lazy butt and actually clip that or shave it. So should I just? You said no, but that's where I get this idea of the. I think I should just give up. Take the razor to it and watch it all go, because that buys me. No, great. You have to keep up on that, but I would argue instead of every 4 weeks where I should be buzzing my head, that would probably make it every 8 weeks, you think?
I don't know. Again, I'm completely against this idea to begin with.
Okay. Is there any reason? Do you
I think that
you just despise bald people?
Look, of course, everybody does. We've talked about this at great length. No one
not even family,
likes a bald person.
Life insurance policy.
Anyway, yes,
cetera.
Exactly. Waiting for you to die.
Yes, right. Everybody.
But I can't help looking across the counter at you.
I'm really glad we didn't talk to Greg Meskel about this, because that would be very offensive.
Looking across the counter at you, and if I avert my eyes just a foot above you, I see what could only be described as one of the greatest heads of hair this world has ever seen.
Okay.
So I got one of the greatest above, one of the worst below.
You talking about me?
Well, I mean, hypothetically.
That hypothetical head of hair, if it were below the image.
Sure. Look,
of the crooner himself, Kenny Rogers.
I am not speaking in absolutes about you.
You would never do that.
No, never. I feel like, again, best, worst.
Hypothetically worst.
I feel like we can find common ground.
Okay.
So of the $15,000, what would you feel comfortable with? Like if they said we can do it for $5,000, are you in?
I don't know if I could justify that with a child and a home,
right?
Student loans,
right,
for both me and my wife that she's in her graduate program.
Have you thought about though? Because of course, according to research we've talked about many times, bald people make 30% less money at their jobs,
40% dumber.
Yeah, because of their disability. Have you thought about that? Because if you go into the office and all of a sudden you're walking through the cubicles and you got hair flowing and swaying, all of a sudden they're going to say, "That's a man of that's a man of solid follicles."
Have considered. Would be much happier with the increased sense of self-worth with improved hair.
Yeah. If you were to get it back, would you grow it long?
No.
Just one time?
No, I don't. I may
grow it long enough to donate to Locks of Love.
I don't even know if I go that long.
Oh, no, you have to.
Because that's shoulder length, right?
That's got to be like a foot long, I think.
No, thank you. I would go where I could have.
You're a man in your late 20s.
Yes, I know. Listen, I know the time's now. I know.
The time is now. On your deathbed.
Yeah.
That's going to be one of your biggest life regrets.
Is not getting a hair transplant. Hair transplant.
Yeah.
And listen, this was 4 or 5 years ago. There's a chance that
could have come down.
It could have come down based on new places doing it. It's like when
you go to
shopped
around.
It's like when you go to the Costco for LASIK, right? And they just zap you in the checkout.
Use their little scanner.
They flip those eyelids up and down, and next thing you know, you can see again. Boom, $80 plus a membership. You're out the door.
Because I feel like we could make this happen. We could post pictures of your head on social media. We'll divide them up into little sectors.
Yeah.
We'll assign a dollar amount to every one of them. So say your head has, 200 segments. Each one, $100. I think we could get 200 people to donate $100 each. What's 200 times 100?
$20,000.
There you go. You got a little in the coffers too. So if you need to buy some new
Botox,
like hats or scrunchies or something for
my new long hair,
for your new long hair,
obviously, yeah. And I'm looking right now, so it looks like Healthline and a couple of other sources reporting the general cost anywhere between $4,000 to $15,000.
Okay, so
estimate.
15 on the high end.
Let's say even it cut down. Let's
you could make some bank off of this and have a head of hair.
So now we're scamming.
It's not scamming
if it's a donation. It's not scamming.
Exactly. So we raised $20,000.
Yeah.
For the atrocious bald head of yours. Just disgusting.
Hypothetically.
Absolutely the worst. You use 10 of it for hair.
Maybe I skimp.
Then you go and buy a sailboat or something.
Yeah, so I got $5,000 with just the crappiest head of hair you've still ever seen. Because now it's like, no, just do 2 there and then skip instead of the standard 10.
Yeah.
So now I just super thin, and I'm trying to constantly comb it over to make it look like a... Because, again, I wanted a sailboat.
Look, if I had $1 for all the times you talked about wanting a sailboat.
That's me rigging the jigs on the open seas. Sailboater at heart. Boater? Sailor?
Yeah.
Are sailboaters sailors or boaters?
Sailors, right?
In my mind, boy,
sailors like Navy.
I'll put that on the poll. Are sailboaters sailors or boaters? Because I was thinking of I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about taking the blade. I shouldn't phrase it that way. That's not correct and it's possibly insensitive. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about using like Bic and Bald the head.
Boy, I couldn't be further against you. It's the coward's way out. Basically, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Compared to the 5-figure cost of hair transplant surgery, this is the coward's way out.
Yeah. Okay. I think we could raise $10,000. I think we could raise $10,000. You'd be on the hook for the 5.
Listen, if the money was there or doable,
I'm willing to pledge $1,000.
Wow.
$1,000. Look at that.
We are 10% of the way there. And again, this was 5 years ago.
$1,000. 100 of it is going to be the found money because so I'm assuming that is what that money was sent for.
You were $900 away.
I would write you a check before you left today for $900.
Wow. That's something. So we just need, and again, it may not be 15 or 14 anymore. This was a phone estimate based off photos I had sent 5 years ago.
You need to get in there, and they need to put a microscope or a magnifying glass
on the head.
I
think they got a Sherlock Holmes style doctor who just has you sit and then
smoking a pipe,
corncob pipe out the side.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, it looks like there's many follicles. That's my
Sherlock Holmes. Obviously,
that's how he spoke. All right, listen, I'll hold off. The discussion continues.
We got to put this on the poll.
Okay. I already did put, should I just give up and Bic it? Did you want me to remove that and phrase it differently?
No, you can keep it. Also put, would you donate? Because the lowest donation we will take is $100.
Wow. Would you donate a minimum?
Would you donate a minimum of $100 for Kyle's hair regrowth surgery?
Okay.
Now look, if this takes off and you get a head of hair, you are forever indebted to the listeners of this podcast. Yeah. So at any given point, somebody messages us, somebody sees you out on the street, hey Kyle, let's see those locks. You have to take off a hat if you're wearing it, although I don't know why you'd be wearing a hat if you had these.
No, I would burn all my hats.
Fierce locks that I'm envisioning. You have to take that hat off or take off your shawl or whatever you're wearing and just shake the head, run your hand through it, and give the old pistol wink.
That's right. No matter what.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming that person was a donator, even if they weren't.
Even if they weren't, you're obligated to do it. Fair?
I couldn't be more okay with that negotiation. Okay. Yeah, I'm.
How's your brother's hair?
Full
head.
Full.
Your dad?
More full than mine.
More full than yours.
Thin, but I mean, he's at this point he's 63.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's much more full than mine. I'll tell you that.
Have you talked to Robert about being a donor?
No, not in a million years. I don't want that filthy hair. I don't know where it's been.
By the way, apologies to Robert. We lost him.
Oh, he didn't hear that then.
2.5 minutes ago.
Good for me.
So it is set.
Listen, if we want to figure out a way.
I do. I absolutely do. I already told you. $1,000.
Okay, go ahead and message Steve if you're interested in donating to me getting a head of hair and feeling like a human.
If we raise $10,000, will you do a 50% match?
I would cover anything that needs to be covered at that point. I would consider covering the rest before that.
Look, we found out in the last 2 weeks that we have 2 behavior analysts listening. I bet we have somebody in the hair regrowth field listening.
If there was someone out there who works or knows someone who works in one of those facilities, I think the big one is like Bosley, but there's a ton of them. There's clinics like hair something clinic in our
hair
area.
club for men. Is that still in business?
Is
that was one of the commercials you'd always see like during The Price is Right.
Yeah, middle of the day.
Yeah, and they'd show 2 people who were obviously 2 completely different people. Like, this is me before.
And this is me after.
Yeah, right after the ad for fish oil pills.
Right.
You're getting the hair club for men ad.
Yeah.
If anybody has a contact that they would talk to us and say, hey, this is how much it'd be. I think it's hopeless, etc. Whatever answer
they're never going
to
look.
best.
They'll never say that.
Well, it's the grift.
They'll never say that it's hopeless. It's just a matter of how much more it will be.
Right. We'd love to talk to him.
I am fully on board with this. Look, you can do the surgery right here in the studio.
Mm-hmm. Lean me back. We've got a nice chair we talked about hasn't been used, and bring in whatever. I don't know. What do you need? A light? And then,
probably a light or two.
Paint scraper.
Maybe one of those little dental picks. That's how they just put the seeds on your head and
that's right. Yeah,
poke them down in.
Chia pet me. Okay, drop some of the green plant food on there. Water it, rub it in, do what you got to do. Right here in the studio, we'll take before and afters before you're even out the door.
This is gonna happen. I feel like 2022 is the year of follicles.
And listen, I'm not someone trying to hide it. Like I think that's what you see with celebrities and stuff. And like Drew Brees was pretty noticeable. I don't know if he came out and acknowledged it. He definitely had hair transplant surgery after he retired from the NFL. It's clear. Like the only person who's come out publicly and said, "Yeah, I did it," was Joe Buck.
Oh yeah,
on a large level. Like he said, he was like addicted to it because he wanted that hair so bad.
Yeah,
I just don't care. Right? Like it's hard. Like, you can't hide this and be like, "No, what are you talking about? My hair is full."
I feel like once you have it, you'll care more, though.
Probably.
You care more about maintaining it. Just once again, turn around. Look at the greatest head of hair
again
we've ever seen, and then compare it to the worst head of hair.
If that were here.
Hypothetically, Kyle. Yeah. Hypothetically.
Again, Kenny Rogers, salt and pepper since age 31, up until wherever he is now. Crooning away
at the ranch,
just making music for a different generation.
Yep,
the dead generation, making music for dead people because that's where he is,
supposedly,
hypothetically. Well, thank you. But again, this was just a you and me.
Yeah. Should we invite the rest of the people back? Oh, hey, welcome back. Welcome back.
Sorry about that delay. We had to go do something important.
Back to the podcast.
It is time, and we're running late, so let's get right to it. Steve, you, this week, took part in the 5th movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This was Captain America, the First Avenger.
The First Avenger. And all right. So in this movie, we are introduced to Captain America. He,
oh boy.
He's one of the guys that
Steve
does the he a part of S.H.I.E.L.D., I would assume.
You would assume.
Sure, yeah. I mean, they don't really specify.
Steve, cut the music
in the movie.
You don't deserve the Flight of the Bumblebee. We're on our 5th week.
Look, some say 80% is pretty good.
I texted you on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because last week, you had the roaring attitude that you're done with the Friday, Saturday nights. No, you're so jacked to get to the next one in line that you can't wait. You wanted to watch them earlier in the week so you can digest all that happened.
So we had a little incident this week. Not really an incident, but the incident was that I didn't watch the movie.
It's a big one.
I was sidetracked with a project that is yet to be discussed.
Okay, listen. I mentioned this to Katie when we pulled in. I said, "Ooh, one car in the driveway." She said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "For about a month."
Wait, she stopped listening?
Okay, doesn't listen. Better things to do. So did I tell you she's going for her master's degree?
In what? Being terrible for not listening to her husband's podcast?
Terrible for not adding to our downloads. Again, trying to get in the black. Year 6 is where everybody says it has to take off.
Yeah.
She's really putting us
this
behind
year
the
is, it's
this is the one.
Do or die this year.
Like everybody says the first 5 are the build up.
First 5.
6 is where you take off and start making, if I remember in the book I bought off of eBay, buku bucks.
Buku bucks.
Was how it was referred to. Okay, so you're sidetracked with a project that you can't talk about.
Yeah, can't discuss.
And I'm guessing we're not getting the payoff on the project today either?
Oh, no.
Okay. No. So
this project took up Friday evening. Good amount of time on Saturday.
Okay, and what about your Tuesday evening? After we text.
Look, who can look back and remember? It's been a very, very busy couple weeks, days. But here is my promise to you. Next week, a double shot of movie reviews.
I almost don't want you to. I almost want this build up to the Avengers.
Look. Okay. Who's the expert here?
No, that's true.
This guy.
That's you.
This guy.
You're 4 in. 4.
Look. We want a minute of talk about hypothetically having the worst head of hair on the planet. We come to you. Okay. Hypothetically. No offense. I mean, I don't know why you would take offense. It's hypothetical.
I can't anyway. You've already said it.
Exactly. It's not about you. Possibly.
It's very selfish of me. I'm sorry.
You want expert analysis of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU as we call it here in the biz. You come to this guy.
Okay. Yeah. The first 1/7 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you need intel.
14
such things like
14%.
Poverty Hulk. Nuggets of wisdom. You come here.
Yeah.
So next week, I'm not even going to say it. I'll say at least one minute.
Hypothetically, what would be after Captain America?
The Avengers.
The Avengers, which I heard is I've heard good things.
It's very good.
Heard good things.
Now it's the culmination of years of planning.
Years of planning.
Millions upon millions of dollars of investment.
Upon millions. So do we see the whole gang interacting?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is it. Everybody gets together to save the world.
Got it.
For the first time.
Sure.
And then that happens.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. About 4 more times since then.
It's quite a bit. Plus, they all save the world individually on their own.
While separate, they all have to save either the world or, different planets or whatever. So,
sure.
Yeah. A lot of world saving. Okay, so next week, at minimum, Captain America the First Avenger. I mean, I watched it, but it's fine. I've already seen it. So
well,
I also don't have hair. So take that opinion.
Seems like they could have used that time to
get some.
Research at least. I mean, look, I don't know why I'm.
Just imagine.
Look, sometimes it takes 2 people to be dedicated to something, and if I'm going to be the only one dedicated to regrowing your hair, we're going to have to discuss whether this is going to work or not. Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me of what's important today.
Yeah.
Had I not watched like an idiot 27 Marvel movies over the last 13 years.
Big waste of time.
I may have hair.
Look, I know you're a movie buff.
Hobo.
I know you're a movie buff.
Yeah.
You probably spent, 27 movies.
I'll put this on the poll. If Kyle had watched 27 fewer Marvel movies, would he have a full head of hair?
Yeah. Well, what would you say? Because you've probably seen all of them in the theaters too, right?
Yeah. The only one would be the most recent November, The Eternals. I did not see in theaters.
So movies are expensive these days.
Yeah.
Very expensive. Probably $555.55 per movie, which just so happens that if you multiply that by 27, it equals $15,000.
Are you kidding me? I've pissed away my head of hair on movies.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Downey. You owe me. Robert Downey should pay me.
Yeah. Well, in lieu of my 1-minute movie review today, because, we just don't have the time, I was thinking maybe we could do something else real quick.
Oh.
Hey, folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. All right, we have in the mail, it looks like somebody has sent us a sticker. I know it's not from Timmy because it's addressed to the Steve and Kyle podcast, not the Steve and Pyle Codcast.
So is this from a third party, it looks like?
It looks like it, yeah, because it says die-cut sticker.
So no doubt somebody got Some small business got a request for the weirdest sticker they've ever had to create.
Looks like it. Yeah, I can't. I'm holding it up to the light. I can't really tell what it is. I'm going to pass this over to you. You got the letter opener there. I feel like I've opened the majority of them lately, so I want to give you the pleasure of doing this one.
We use this beautiful Will Egan provided personalized letter opener. I mean, I don't want to say it's not working, Will, but
boy, have you never used one of them?
No, this is some heavy stock. Some heavy stock on the paper.
Because you go up, and you were just trying to go down.
Well, I was trying to go...
Yeah.
Listen,
boy.
We go.
What is... First, you're bald.
Hypothetically. I don't want to be rude. All right. It's a sticker.
Do you not know who that is?
Let me describe what I'm looking at.
Okay. Oh, I know exactly who that is.
A dragon with legs.
Yep.
With a very muscly arm.
Mm-hmm.
Breathing fire, I'm assuming.
Yep.
I do not.
That, my friend, is Trogdor the Burninator.
Okay.
From the wildly popular early 2000s website, homestarrunner.com. Nothing, huh?
No. I mean, I feel like I'm at the 2024 Olympics because you're speaking French.
Good Lord. This
Trogdor the Burninator, Burninator from the web series
Homestar Runner.
Homestar
Runner was again an early 2000s web comic type series hosted by Strongbad. You would email Strongbad.
Everybody's talking about him.
He would reply to his emails. One of them included this character that he came up with on the spot called Trogdor the Burninator.
Wow.
I highly advise you, look, if I'm going to be doing the heavy lifting, reviewing all these movies, getting you hair, the least you could do is check out homestarrunner.com, specifically Trogdor the Burninator.
Okay. I'm looking right now
up to speed.
I'm only looking at 80% of it, though, because that's where you are in terms of success rate, so I don't want to go more than that. We are.
Now, if I watch both movies, am I back to 100%?
No.
Do I regain any of that lost 20%?
No, the week,
It'll start diluting.
A third.
Okay. So basically, by the end of all this, the best I can be is like 97 or 98.
26 out of 27.
Yeah.
Which will put you around over 95%.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Listen.
It would be 26 and 2/3 out of 27. Because if I gain a third of it back.
Which would be, 26 and a third out of 27, right? So 26.3, 27. I mean, it's still, listen, it's not 100. You're 97 and a half.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty good.
It's fine.
Pretty good. Puts you in the Hall of Fame.
It's fine if you know.
Was there any...
If you don't like 100. There's no name. So I would appreciate whoever took credit for this or whoever ordered this. Please send us your name.
Oh. This might be my new favorite sticker up on the sticker wall. Trogdor the Burninator.
Submissions for the sticker wall are open. The address to send those to right at the bottom in the show note or in the description of the show here. Or if you're too lazy, just send us a DM. We can pass that along to you as well. Submissions are open. We got a lot of door to fill.
Yeah.
This will bring us into, I want to say this will bring us into double digits. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will, number 11. Lucky number 11. There are some that we think are hidden. We have one from UP Chris somewhere regarding the UP in a box or something somewhere.
Walk over and hang
this
this
up right now.
Yep.
It's going to be a beautiful addition, Steve, to the sticker wall as we progress here on APS 4.0. Beautifully placed right below Kenny Rogers Roasters and right to the left of WHT, Stephen King's favorite rock station, I believe is what it's referred to as.
It's Stephen King's rock station.
Stephen King's rock station. All donations, submissions from friends of the show here. Thank you very much. To whoever sent that, let us know who you were.
All right, back next week. Double movie review. Promised.
Yeah.
The Captain America.
Captain America, the First Avenger, is still on deck. Waiting, long rain delay. Like a baseball game. You were on deck, rain delay hit. You ran to the dugout, ran to the inside so you didn't get rained on. And now the rain delay is past. You are back on deck with Captain America, the First Avenger.
Can you give me some, I know this is going to be a quick turnaround, but very quick early poll results on how many people would donate $100 minimum.
Right. The minimum is $100. That was your decision.
And again, that's you will own a quadrant, a piece of Kyle's hair.
Steve, early returns, 87.5% said no.
Okay. How many votes have been cast?
A ton. 8. One person.
So one person would give $100. We're up to $1,100 because again, I already pledged $1,000.
I think what we can safely do with these poll results is anybody who actually says yes, cut that in half to the amount of people who would actually do it.
Oh, in half if you're lucky.
So we are at one half of one person agreeing.
$50.
$50.
That's $1,050. Okay,
right.
So your homework for the next week is to do more research on this. Maybe
I'll
send some pictures.
Yep, I will send another inquiry to a hair transplant place in the area, and
I guess health insurance doesn't cover any of that because it's cosmetic.
This is essentially LASIK. So
can we somehow tell them that it's detrimental to your health if you don't get it?
Yeah, I think I should tell them I'm dying.
Dying of a broken heart because your bald head, hypothetically, is the worst thing ever.
Yeah, hypothetically.
Okay.
Again.
All right, at Stephen Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Make your pledges for Kyle's hypothetically bald head.
That's right. I'll bick it. We'll have a cure for the cure here.
If you know somebody who works for Big Hair, you get us in touch. You'll be a spokesman. We'll do live reads for years. That would be ideal. Oh, that would be perfect. Do a couple live reads. Hey, I'm Kyle here for
a discount
Bald
on this.
Men of America.
I would absolutely do whatever
BMOA.
is necessary. Yeah. Yep, let's do it. I'm in. I'm a sucker. I will sell out in a heartbeat for personal gain here.
All right, we will talk to you next week. See ya.
Start your morning with the tastiest McDonald's breakfast trio. A juicy steak, egg, and cheese bagel, a crispy hash brown, and our new delicious chocolate chip frappe. That's your morning, perfectly paired with all the right flavors. And right now, get 20% off any order of $10 or more when you order ahead in the app. Wake up and make the most of your morning with McDonald's breakfast today. Offer valid at participating McDonald's. Valid one time per day. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards. Visit McD app for details. 2025 McDonald's.
Do you suffer from back or neck pain? Trinity Health has the latest methods and technology to help. Our team looks at many treatment options to create a plan that's right for you. From physical therapy and pain management to advanced spine surgery. Say goodbye to living with pain. Reach out to the Trinity Health Spine Program and get back to enjoying your daily activities. TrinityHealthMI.org/spine. Trinity Health. We see all of you.
When you're in Illinois, you'll find wonder in every direction. Feel the vibrant energy of Chicago as you explore the Lakefront Trail or take in unforgettable skyline views. Beyond the city, Illinois has small-town charm and big outdoor adventure. Hike in the Shawnee National Forest, sip wine in Galena, and cruise along the iconic Route 66. From Lake Michigan to Wren Lake and everything in between, Illinois shines all over. Visit EnjoyIllinois.com today.